question.
Past y'all bedtime.
Sure is.
11:45. Well, two things. You know, I was excited to get in, and you know, I knew we had a bunch of new players, but every time you assemble a team, you just never know really until the bullets are flying how they're going to react. And the fun thing for me as a head coach, I thought I saw today a lot of things that I had seen at practice from our staff, from our coaches, the interaction that they have. One of our first team goals this week was to you know, be able to communicate 100% communication pre and post, and that started on practice. Through all of our preparation, through walkthrough yesterday, walkthrough today, and then out there today, I thought there was a lot of really good communication. Guys played extremely hard. And then to see the new faces, right? So we had 4 new offensive starters, 4 new defensive starters who had never started before, went out and played well. 24 new guys that had never played a snap in college football from the University of Illinois. So to have that many different faces to go out there and play as well as they did. And then I really, you know, at halftime we were going to start the second half, but I had a feeling if we were going to control that game, kind of make a reassessment at the end of the third, fourth, start getting some new faces in. I thought those guys came in and played extremely hard. They didn't let go of the rope. Wanted to go out there and set an edge. One of our team goals this year is to have a smart, tough, dependable edge to us, and I think those guys did it. So really, really excited for that. Give Chris and his crew, that's a really good football team. I was very nervous, started watching those guys last January, and the team that won 8 games last year, and I know it's FCS, but they're a very good football team that had a lot of juniors and seniors and grad seniors coming back, and a really good football team. Those guys, I bet, will make a lot of noise in their division at this point going forward. So got out of it pretty healthy. I thought Luke threw the ball extremely well. I thought he threw the ball deep and connected on some things. Our defense played very aggressive as they have been. I thought they had attacked the football to get 4 turnovers. Those were all pretty self-created. I don't think there were things they just dropped them. I thought the read and break out of Miles early on the first one, I thought I was sitting and I could see T. Cox read that screen. I saw him break up and make that play. And obviously Dylan Rosiak, that last punch out, he just got it. Plays with that attitude, that demeanor all the time. Just super excited. We'll come in tomorrow, put the film to rest, and then jump into our preparation versus Kansas. So with that, I'll open it up.
Bret, knowing bigger tests await, but I know your defense wanted to get on the field again after last year. What was most encouraging about that group?
Yeah, you know, I think one of our talks and conversations was, you know, learn from the past but build for the future, right? And you know, even though we had 45 guys jump into camp this year that had never been with us, that defense in particular, I think, have been hearing a lot of things since last fall to get where they are. I give Aaron and that staff a lot of credit. Got 3 new guys on defense who have really been a great asset. I thought Clint and Archie and Corey really have had a good fall camp of preparation. Obviously, we got to get the offsides thing taken care of, but I thought our coaches coached well. I thought our players played well, and they attacked. And you know, we really primarily played about 2 defenses really the whole entire game, and a little bit of end of half there to see them respond the way they did. I thought it was really good.
Coach, how much time have you spent during camp out in Kansas? Is that kind of a constant thing, or is something you kind of sprinkled in now? How much did you work on that?
Yeah, great question. I think the advantage we have is only we know the answer to that, right? I think we concentrated on Eastern Illinois as a football team that was up on our schedule. We get 12 golden opportunities, and we focused on them last spring. And in fall camp, we worked on our first 4 opponents at different times. So, you know, we wanted to respect our Eastern Illinois and put them in position to play. But now, obviously, Kansas played today. I know they ran away convincingly as well. So I'm very, very excited. I think our guys are ready for an eager opportunity to get back and play football again. And obviously, Kansas is the next chance.
Coach, that running game got rolling downhill a little
Yeah.
bit. Is it, even though it's an FCS opponent, is that a good omen for you?
You know, you know, everybody kind of asked me, Coach, what are you excited to see? Those 5 running backs, I was excited to see how they played, right? I think it was interesting for me when we made our 74-man travel roster for this game. Mark Torsani, my chief of staff, I said, hey, grab me the dress roster or the hotel roster from game 2, I think it was game 2, game 6, and game 11 last year, right? And in the running back room that we dressed out for some of those latter games last year was just incredible compared to what this room is right now. You know, Aiden Lawfrey, I think everybody was excited to see that first run, and went for 9, and it really could have been a bigger hit if he would have just been able to stay on track a little bit. I thought Caden came in. You know, those 2 guys, I've been very blessed in my career to have some combo running backs. When you have running backs that complement each other in a way that's very different, right? That can lead to some good things. Then Josh, I thought, came in and did some good stuff. Jordan Anderson, who's been chomping at the bit to get back out there, was awesome to see him. And then Khalil, I'm telling you, he's quick as a hiccup, a really fun, dynamic player, very intelligent, a great demeanor. I'm excited about that room.
Brett, you've been talking all season about Gabe Jacas and how excited you are about what he can do this year. It seemed like you lined him up a lot his evening tonight seemed
Yeah, Gabe's a third-year player who's played a lot of really good football. You know, if you just, I think on our roster, if you know, totality, look at 120 players, I would say Gabe is definitely one of our 10 best players, right? And I think as coaches, we have to maximize our players' strengths and minimize their weaknesses. And Gabe is a very versatile, very intelligent. I think that room in general, Seth Coleman at times does some really good stuff. I thought those guys were bringing some pressure off the edge. Alec Bryant, but I was really excited to see Joe Barna and JoJo Hayden get in there. Daniel Brown has had a little soft tissue issue, so he wasn't able to go today, but that room's got some dynamic, explosive players.
What does he give you on the interior?
Zeke?
Yeah, Gabe.
Okay.
When he can play in his hand on the ground and
he's you know, I think the ability that Gabe has is for us, he primarily plays outside linebacker, but last year a couple games we started playing him in there. Now we had some really good players as well, but that position allows him to be dynamic because now you got a quicker, more explosive player that's playing inside against matchup issues, and the more he does that, the better he can play. And then you know, I think it also, you know, when we're able to move him at different spots, you can't solo up protections, right, and say, hey, we can chip this guy here, we can do this there. Part of the reason Johnny had so much high production is it's hard to, in our front, it's hard to combo a guy that's in that position. And when I say combo, like put two people on him in pass protection. It's really very tough to have that with matchups, so I think that exposes Gabe to a new level.
The way Luke was discussed during training camp by teammates, by the coaches, there was some excitement about what this year could be for him. What did tonight maybe show you?
I'm sorry, did you say Luke?
Luke,
yeah.
What did tonight show you?
Well, again, for me, I saw things that I have saw all spring, all summer, all fall camp. You know, I had a meeting with the quarterbacks the other day, and all three of them kind of had different areas they reported on, and Luke kind of had some end of game comments, just the authority that he was talking to, the confidence. I always say, for us, volume reflects confidence, and you can just hear Luke a lot more than you've ever heard him. So I think that's a great thing because he's confident. You have a quarterback that's throwing with confidence, playing with confidence, and the people around him have confidence. That's something really good. So this is game one. Not ready to announce him a front runner for the Heisman, but I definitely liked what I saw. And more than anything, I thought our wide receivers, that was the group I was probably the most anxious to see, because a lot of you haven't seen him. You know, I saw Isaiah on the sideline, gave him a big hug, couldn't be prouder of that young man, and Casey Washington. Those guys have had so much production for us the last year especially, and Isaiah over the last 2 years. I was kind of excited to see this group come forward. Pat Bryant caught the ball. Zakari's a very talented player. Great to see Malik get on the board there with a big catch. And so it's kind of fun to see some of those guys. Colin Dixon is probably one of the freshmen that we're most excited to see get out there and play. So I think Luke recognizes the talent that's around him and excited to get out there.
Coach, any update on Tyler Strain? Is that a short-term thing with him?
Yeah, he was kind of, he practiced 3 days ago, and then he didn't come out of that end of it, so we just want to sit him in his game. So we kind of made that decision. Hopefully he's going to be back on Tuesday, or a little bit Sunday, but I think Tuesday will be our first full go practice. Should be back out there.
Right, obviously, Terrence Brooks is a big addition for you. We didn't see him take a defensive snap.
Who's that?
Terrence Brooks. We didn't see a defensive snap for him till the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I'm curious maybe what his fall camp looked like and what
Terrence, we're excited. You know, I think the way that we really didn't have a lot of snaps, right? We took the field. I think we had 28 snaps. And for us, you kind of want to take advantage of playing as many reps as you can in these games to get, because it's the way you play yourself into shape. So I didn't really want to have our starters or have that first group come out until the fourth quarter. So not only Terrence, nobody else you really saw either, right? But Terrence is very talented. The more he does things in our program the right way and with consistency, his role will continue to grow. He definitely is a very talented player and excited. And I think today was a big step for him.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
We'll move on to players. Luke, PB.